Item 9P, 1 and 2 have to do with the continual efforts on criminal justice reform, and this has to do with our relationship with some other municipalities inside of Oklahoma County.
Right. The Chamber has put off an effort led by Clay Bennett to take a look at criminal justice in the county and in city levels. And there's a lot of recommendations that have come through, and so what we're looking at is having a group to officially implement some of those, and we decided that the best implementation tool would be an interlocal entity, a government agency, or a interlocal group that includes the County of Oklahoma, the City of Oklahoma City, the City of Edmond, and the City of Midwest City. And we stopped at that point because there's so many cities in the county, but after Midwest City, there's a pretty big jump after that. And so what this would do is have representatives from these groups, as long as other representatives that would be appointed to help implement that. And it's judges that will be involved and people that have been involved. And I do want to point out that we've had a lot of people involved in this task force. Mayor Cornett's been involved. I've been involved. Judge James has been involved. Chief City's been involved. Chief Berry's been involved. LaShawn Thompson from our courts has been involved. So we've had a lot of people that are looking at our part of the situation. The next item, and this interlocal agreement is an entity it's similar to what we've done for regional transit. So it's the same format, if you will, for that. Part two is we're going to have some staff to help implement the recommendations that came out of the VERA. We think the budget will be about $300,000. So we came up with a formula for the implementation of that, and the county picks up the half, and the cities pick up half. And the cities' half are allocated amongst the three cities based upon their population. So our piece of it is about 41%. So roughly, if it's a $300,000 budget, our cost will be about $120,000, a little bit over that as we go forward with it. And this is going to be a little bit amorphous as we be. We don't know exactly what the end game is on this, but we're really pleased with the recommendations that are being made, and I think this could be one of the more impactful things that we do for Oklahoma City and Oklahoma County as we move forward. Be happy to answer any questions.
All right. We have a motion on 9P1. Yeah, Larry has a question.
Jim, I'm kind of concerned. Canadian County is not included in this.
That's correct.
Okay, and yet a tremendous growth is occurring in Oklahoma City citizens in Canadian County.
Yes.
Was there any discussion, and what is Canadian County's feelings towards being left out of this?
Well, if you're going to go Canadian County, we've got to go Cleveland County. I think we decided that our urgent issue was probably with Oklahoma City and Oklahoma County, and we wanted to focus in that area. That doesn't mean this couldn't be broadened in the future, but right now we took a bite that we thought we could handle at this point. It could certainly be expanded as we go in the future.
No, I'm aware of that. Of course, you know, the citizens in Canadian County who live in Oklahoma City also are very sensitive to, do we really care about them, or do we only care about people in, quote, downtown, unquote? And this would seem to possibly add fuel to that argument, which is an invalid argument because we obviously do care. So that's why I brought it up.
I think that could be a phase two approach as we get down the line. It's a complex issue at this point in time, and I think broadening it to more entities would not be helpful until we have a few more successes where we're at this point.
Well, and I think one of the big deals on this is the Oklahoma County Jail is kind of the backdrop on all of this, and so yeah, that's another reason why it's specifically to Oklahoma County. But
can you speak to the jail and what this advisory council might look at in terms of the jail?
Clearly, the jail is a catalyst for this, and recommendations on improvements for the jail should, I think it was all agreed, should be designed based upon the numbers we have and the processes and services we need to provide through this process. And if we're putting everybody into a maximum security facility there, and that probably isn't the best solution as we go forward. If we can get some people into mental health facilities and into treatment facilities for addiction and into some more of a minimum level standards, and obviously we probably still need some maximum security areas. But I think we need to understand what it's going to look like when we get through this process, and then identify what the building needs are, and then go forward from that point.
Will there be formal recommendations out of the council in terms of operations of the jail and potential new facilities to be built?
Ultimately.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, are we ready to vote on item 9P1? All right, cast your votes. Passes unanimously. And item 9P2. Cast your votes. It passes unanimously.